we say hello. We did train together at one point, but he says, you know, I'm my own guy. He said, I'm not going to try to compare myself to the other great Philippine fighters. Let's take a look at the numbers here.
All right, we'll take a look at how these two square off against each other. Dominguez right smack in his prime. Gesta still pretty young, but Dominguez will have physical advantages in this, mostly his height, and he has 4 inches in height over Gesta. He'll try to see if that matters here this evening. Tonight, using the unified rules, there is no standing 8 count nor 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the last. Only the ref can stop the fight. We have to go to an accidental foul stoppage. We will go to the scorecards only after the completion of the 4th round.
All right, and with that, we'll take you to the middle of the ring, and the ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. Esto es Top Rank Live. Being brought to you by, presentado por Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Tecate, patrocinador oficial. This is our co-featured bout of the evening, set for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Este es el combate coestelar de esta noche, pactado a 10 vueltas en la categoría peso ligero. Los jueces son, the judges are C.J. Ross, Jerry Roth, and Bert Clements. The referee, fair but firm, Joe Cortez. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed in red and silver, presentando en la esquina azul, vestido de blanco, con vivos plateados y rojos. His official weight, 136 pounds, su peso oficial, 136 libras, con un récord profesional de 36 victorias, 6 derrotas, 2 empates y 21 victorias por la vía del knockout. As a professional, he enters the ring with 36 victories against 6 losses, 2 draws, and 21 victories coming by way of knockout. El ganador del torneo, campeón azteca Tecate, fighting out of Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico, Ricardo Pelón Dominguez. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing white trimmed in orange, su rival en la esquina roja, vestido de blanco con vivos color naranja, detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 136 libras. He tipped the scales at an identical 136 pounds. And he enters the ring with an undefeated record of 23 victories, 1 bout even, and 12 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Invicto hasta el momento en su carrera profesional, con 23 victorias, 1 empate y 12 de sus victorias por la vía del knockout. Representing Lobogón, the Philippines, Mercito, No Mercy, Gesta.
All right, gentlemen, we go to the rules in the dressing room. There las reglas todo en camerino. Protect yourselves at all times. Keep your guards up at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair but I'm firm. Touch them up.
Mexico versus the Philippines will be celebrated at the highest level tomorrow night with Marquez against Pacquiao across the street at MGM Grand. But here tonight at Mandalay Bay to whet our appetites, a really good one, Mexican versus Philippines, and this Gesta and Dominguez.
I think so, and I think an either-way fight, really. And Gesta is a guy that really has something to prove. You were talking about the 2 title fights that Dominguez had, and you asked him during our conversation today, were you down? Did it bother you? Did it upset you? And he said, no. He said, I'm using it as motivation.
Yeah, because I thought maybe he's a little less motivated. Now, you know, when you've lost those 2 title fights, you wonder, am I ever going to get another one? You know, maybe I've already peaked. This is all I can be. And I thought there might be a lessening of motivation. That said there was no way. He said it's just the opposite. More motivation for him now to be a world champion.
He does have some pop. You talk about the fact that he had Soto hurt. 21 knockouts in his 34 wins.
And in that fight with Soto, he had him in bad way in the 2nd round. But he said he was reluctant to go in. It was his first 12-rounder, and he knew he had to probably go 12 rounds, so he didn't let all the guns go.
There was a quick right hand from Gesta.
Gesta in his last fight that you referred to, Barry, earlier, a 10-round decision victory over Manny Perez in September. He kind of posed a lot and acted a lot. I doubt there's going to be much of that tonight. He needs to be all business.
Certainly has not done that so far, and he has been all business. Brought that right hand a moment ago very quickly.
The similarities to Manny Pacquiao really end at the fact that they're both Filipino and both southpaw. Gesta, as you can see here, does not use a lot of movement the way Manny does. He's not jumping in and out.
Quick right hand. Another chopping right hand, top of the head of Dominguez.
Dominguez going to want to get his jab to work here, Barry. He's got a good jab. There's nothing singularly outstanding about Dominguez, but he's a good, competent, complete package as a fighter.
Inexperienced, he's had 42 fights. Started fighting at the age of 15 at 35 amateur fights.
I really like Gesta's attitude and the way he's approaching this fight much better than the Gesta that we saw a couple of months ago in Denver.
Yeah, he's absolute all business here. And he told us that he feels he has to show better than he did in Denver. Left himself a right hand, but Dominguez missed it. Coming to the end of the first round, competitive first round. Dominguez and Gesta, round 2 coming up.
Go.
On the season finale of Adrenaline Hunter, Becky gets set to channel her inner cowgirl.
Get close.
Welcome back, round 2 here at Mandalay Bay. Mercedo Gesta in the white and gold trunks, and Ricardo Dominguez in the white and red.
Now, I want to make one quick correction. I referenced that last fight of Gesta as being in Denver. He fought a Denver fighter, Manny Perez, that was in Parker City, Arizona in September. And I'll tell you, the first round that he fought here tonight was more impressive than any of the 10 that he fought against Perez in that one in Arizona.
Yeah, very effective in that first round.
He showed a quick counter right that I thought was really impressive. He tried to land it there, too.
Just brought a left hand very quickly behind the right that time.
Dominguez, by the way, fought and competed in a television series, a boxing television series called Campeón Azteca in Mexico, much like the Contenders series that you're familiar with here in the United States. And he won it, and it really added to his whole profile there.
Yeah, brought attention to himself. There's a right hand from Dominguez. Said it's got him some of the good fights that he's had recently.
Dominguez getting to work now, landing the jabs and his own right hands. He actually fights not in a typical Mexican style, but more almost in a typical European style. He's a stand-up fighter, hands held high, likes to use the jab to set things up.
From Culiacan, of course, very close with the Chavez family. All of whom, incidentally, are in attendance here. 2 of them broadcasting for TV Azteca.
Chavez Jr. has his own big fight coming up in a week. Another good combination from Gesta.
It was a right hand and a left behind it, right on the top of the head.
Chavez Jr. getting ready to face Peter Manfredo. Gesta lives in San Diego. When he first came to the United States, he landed in Los Angeles, but it wasn't long after that that he matriculated his way down to San Diego, and that's where he is now.
And loves it. From Cebu City in the Philippines. Clash of heads there, but no damage, fortunately. Gesta very quick.
Now bouncing on his feet a little bit. He doesn't do that a lot, maybe just to find some rhythm. He's looking good tonight. He's looking very quick and accurate.
And for that matter, Dominguez is looking okay too. Coming to the end of the second round, an action round here. More action coming your way from Mandalay Bay right after this. We come to round 3. Mercedo Gesta, Ricardo Dominguez.
Now, Barry, both of the first 2 rounds are what we expected. Very close, competitive rounds. However, I gave the slightest of edge in both rounds to Mercedo Gesta.
As did I.
Which is one of my big gripes about scoring in boxing, that the guy with the tiny little squeaker edge at 10-9 still gets, unusually with judges, gets the same score as a guy who wins a round definitively.
That's true.
If he doesn't score a knockdown.
Well, there was a time, remember, in the state of New York where they were encouraging judges to score rounds 10-6, 10-7, 10-8, depending on how dominant a fighter was.
They just can't seem to bring themselves to do it. Dominguez measuring him, trying to keep his distance. I think that's a good idea for Dominguez. Try to keep this fight at a safe distance, keep Gesta out on the edge of his punches. Gesta will throw those long rights to the body on occasion. They're a good punch for him.
That right hand is interesting. I mean, he starts it out right about his hip. And I don't think Dominguez, or for that matter, any opponent, really can see it. You don't pick it up that quickly.
Dominguez really throws that right to the body more than most fighters from long range. Now, see, Gesta started to smile. It nearly cost him there. Got to keep his mind on his business. A lot of eyes on Gesta tonight, Barry.
Yeah, he needs to get a good report card tonight. And he's drawn a tough card in Dominguez.
Both fighters are ranked, of course, and Gesta has risen to number 6 in the WBA rankings. So he's getting into position where if he can post a victory over an impressive fight, it's a knockdown.
Yes,
he's going to call that a knockdown.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Now, Dominguez argued with that, and he's going to blow around that he had won. It was a legitimate knockdown because the punch landed and his glove touched the canvas.
That's right. Now Gesta's going to jump out of here. I'm not really sure Dominguez is that hurt.
I don't think he's hurt at all, but boy, did that cost him. That's a 3-point switch in the scoring,
Yeah,
Barry.
just like that. From a 10-9 round to a 10-8 round the other way. They're coming back.
Ricardo Dominguez had dominated round 3 and then got smacked with that left. Now watch his right glove. That was enough to make it a knockdown. And if the judges indeed score that a 10-8 round, that means it was a 3-point switch, Barry, from Dominguez winning at 10-9 to Gesta winning at 10-8. Wow.
Big change. Big change.
Now Dominguez really has to fight from behind.
Gesta clearly the quicker of the two.
The thing that's impressing me with Gesta tonight, his speed of hand and his ability to counterpunch, which has really been impressive.
Well, every now and then you can get a wake-up call, even in a fight that you win. Perhaps that's what happened to Gesta in the last fight.
You know, Gesta, he seemed almost embarrassed, didn't you think, when you start talking about Manny and people saying, and that is so much pressure to put on a youngster. And he says, look, I can never be Manny Pacquiao. I'll never be Manny Pacquiao. I'll be really happy if I can win a world title someday.
Absolutely. He's a well-spoken guy and well-handled. His people around him very good.
By the way, he never had an amateur fight, Gesta.
That's
he
right.
came out of the ranks of Muay Thai fighters as a youngster.
There's another quick right hand. And I'm telling you, he throws it like somewhere between the thigh and the hip.
Now this fight tonight, and I'm taking into account is because it's against the quality opponent, is the best I've seen Gesta look.
Yeah, he's really sharp.
And I'm not counting Dominguez out of this fight
Oh,
yet.
no. No, he's got some pop.
Dominguez, by the way, is nicknamed Pelon.
You can relate to that.
Which, yes, I have a very soft, sentimental spot for Dominguez because Pelon means bald head. And I think it's just a fantastic nickname, but he's not bald.
No, that's named for his father, Octavio.
But everybody else calls him.
And interestingly enough, his father's not bald either.
But he said, nobody even calls me Ricardo. Everyone refers to me as Pelon.
Pelon.
Pelon's coming on now.
Yeah, he's got Gesta going backward. Gesta says, come on. And Gesta gets there with a right hand and another right. We welcome you back. This is round 5. And again, a good round for Dominguez, except for the very end of it.
And a nice right hand by Dominguez and a good counter from Gesta. Barry, this is really an intriguing match.
Dominguez misses a right hand and misses a left as well. I told Dominguez in the corner, don't step back. Once you're in there, stay in there.
His problem here tonight, I know he wants to move Gesta back, is that Gesta is really countering extremely accurately, sharply, sharp punches.
I'm impressed with his quickness.
He's mostly flat-footed. I think he fights about 80% of the time Gesta flat-footed.
Two left hands from Dominguez. Gesta doesn't use the jab very much, but when he does, it's effective.
These counter rights, Barry. Man, oh man. Gesta has really unleashed something very strong in his arsenal tonight. And Dominguez is landing good shots. I mean, Gesta, even when he gets hit, is countering well.
Yes, he is. Well, it's interesting. I think some fighters fight up to an opponent. Some fighters fight down to an opponent.
Exactly.
I think clearly Gesta fights up.
The acknowledgement that he gave to us today, though, Barry, when we were sitting talking to him, when he said, I need to show more. That was, you don't hear that from a lot of young fighters.
It's true. He's a very engaging guy. Boy, that right hand is so quick.
All right, stop.
Dominguez is so close to winning so many of these rounds, but it's hard to give him one.
Yeah, and here again, I mean, the counterpunching of Gesta, obviously the difference in this fight. It's not for want of trying from Dominguez. This is round 6 of what has started to be a lopsided fight in favor of Mercedo Gesta.
Well, it might be lopsided in the score, but the rounds are not lopsided.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
It's not a big wipeout, you know. Dominguez is in every round. In fact, he came close. Maybe a judge will have given him that last round, but they're close. But he's being edged in every round, I think.
I liked Gesta's corner too. One voice, calm, one or two messages.
Right. It's very calm over there. You're exactly right. By the way, the voice in the corner with Gesta is Vince Parra.
Right.
His trainer. His chief trainer, really, is Carl Penalosa, the brother of the great former champion Jerry Penalosa. But Carl has not been able to be with Gesta for the last few fights because he is having visa problems, so he's back in the Philippines. But he is still definitely part of the team, and when he gets those visa problems straightened out, he will again be the chief trainer.
Right, and Parra is the first one to say that. You got to give him the props. He's the guy that's really made Gesta what he is. Again, that quick right hand. Difference in the fight.
Dominguez now, one thing he's trying to do, Barry, even if he gets countered, is to then counter off the counter himself and seeing if he can end the exchange with his punch. Again, a very good competitive round. And again, Dominguez is doing well in the early portion of the round. There's that right hand to the body we referred to earlier, but it hasn't really slowed down Mercito yet tonight.
Hey!
You can just see Gesta just kind of waiting on him. Here's a left hand from Dominguez.
Well, and that was unusual because Gesta did not even attempt to counter off of it. 2 punches there. Normally he's there with a counter off of almost everything.
Just missed with that uppercut.
In my opinion, Dominguez is carrying the round so far. But we'll see. Last 45 seconds or so.
I thought it was interesting that in Gesta's corner between rounds, they were saying that they wanted him to initiate things, and he's trying to do that in this fight, but to that end, he's not countering as much.
Well, it looks to me like Gesta has really hung back in this round. Maybe he took the round off.
Well, we're going to find out, but a good round for Dominguez. End of 5.
Mission.
This is round 7. I believe I ended the last round saying end of 5, but of course end of 6. We now go into round 7. Good round for Dominguez.
We're seeing Mercito Gesta fight out of a southpaw stance, which he has done since he started boxing, but everything else, Barry, right-handed.
Yeah.
Natural right-hander and everything.
Said his dad made him fight left-handed. He said because there just weren't as many left-hand fighters and that they're hard to fight. Now he says he's completely comfortable with it.
And he really doesn't switch up. He hasn't switched out of it at all tonight.
Oh, stop!
Neither of these guys had extensive amateur careers. In the case of Gesta, no amateur career at all. But even Dominguez, only 35 fights as an amateur.
Turned pro at 17. And that television show, as you said, was what really boosted his career.
Get him out, get him out.
A little less volume in the punching of Gesta in the last couple of rounds. The number of punches.
Long way back, though, for Dominguez.
Again, that right hand to the body, maybe that's slowing Gesta down just a little bit. I mean, he's landed a number of them.
All right, bring it.
Rare that you see a fighter lunge with that right hand and be able to land it to the body. And of course, that really does. If you don't land with it, you are really open for counter punches.
Yeah, the counter punching from Gesta not nearly as prevalent in the last 2 rounds. uppercut slipped in that time by Gesta. It's a very close round.
Crowd got excited over that one.
Coming to the end of the 7th round. We're coming back. Round 8 of this 10-round fight. Barry Tompkins, Rich Murata alongside. Big weekend of boxing here in Las Vegas. Tomorrow night, of course, Manny Pacquiao on Manuel Marquez.
I got to tell you, I love the international flavor too, Barry. It really adds something special. It's just been alive here for the last couple of days. A tremendous buzz, of course. Mariachi bands strolling the hotels, lobbies. It's just wonderful. I went to the weigh-in today. There are probably 6,000 to 7,000 people there at that. And, you know, a lot of those fans have made their way over here tonight to the Mandalay Bay. We've got a great crowd here in the ballroom.
SRO.
Which, by the way, in this ring, it has actually been a big one for Juan Manuel Marquez in his career. He lost his first world title fight right in this Islander ballroom at Mandalay Bay in this ring against Freddie Norwood, and then won a world championship when he defeated Manuel Medina in this very ring. I think these guys these two would like to eventually scale the heights coming out of this ring in the future.
The right hand by Dominguez clipped Gesta on the chin.
Dominguez, remember, has been the 12-round distance on a couple of occasions, so he's accustomed to it now. This is a 10-rounder.
There was that right uppercut that did get there, and it backed Dominguez up, and now a combination, and Dominguez is hurt. Holds on. Quick left hand, Dominguez says no.
Well, he may say no, but I'll say yes. I mean, Gesta's bringing it in again in this round. Dominguez tried to punch on it, and he's aware of the counter punching now. Look, just look at him. You can see the wary look on his face. Yeah. He threw that right and got right out of there.
Oh, stop!
Right hand from Dominguez. Gesta had that moment, which could be enough to give him this round. Gesta right back on the attack. Coming to the end of round 8, and Gesta found what he had before once again. Round 9 of this 10-round fight, and at least on my card now, Dominguez would have to knock him out.
Or at least score a couple knockdowns around, yeah. I'm just happy as an observer, a fan, a media member, whatever, just to see the more serious attitude that Gesta's taken in this fight.
Very definitely.
And you talked earlier about fighting to the level of your opposition, Barry. And, you know, he said today, he goes, I want to fight guys of this caliber.
Well, I think it's a fair statement to make that he will from this point forward. By necessity. And a reminder, we want to hear what you have to say too. Follow us at TR Boxing or at TR Boxeo on Twitter or Facebook.
And you can visit the Top Rank website. It's a tremendous website, state-of-the-art, a lot of audio and video, a lot of interactive areas that you can participate in. Remembering also that tomorrow night's fight, Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez, is also available on the internet.
The right hand again by Gesta, and another one right there.
The only blemish on the record of Gesta is a draw back in 2005 with Ray Lagas. Since then, he's won them all. But tonight, the most well-known of his opponents.
Yeah,
not just well-known, the best of his opponents.
Yeah, and he's stepped up. Dominguez still there, does not look tired, still throwing punches.
But you know, when you're countered so much, Barry, it tends to make you very wary to throw a punch.
It does, or at least certainly more than one anyway. We come to the end of the 9th round, and Gesta doing a nice job of finishing this off. 10th and final round here at Mandalay Bay. Ricardo Dominguez and Mercedo Gesta. They did tell Gesta in his corner just before he went out, he's still dangerous.
Let's see if Dominguez fights like a desperate fighter.
All right, bring out.
He has not so far
No.
in the first 30 seconds of the last round.
I think the point you made about him being a little gun shy of that counter right hand is causing him just to throw one punch at a time.
Hey.
Trying to pot shot Gesta with the straight right.
There's a right hand and a straight left.
Now, Dominguez is not fighting in this round like a fighter who thinks he's as far behind as we've got him. He looks like he's trying to box his way to a victory in this round.
He does. Could be a little fatigue setting in on Dominguez now. Right hand again. Counter right hand that time. There was a good right hand by Gesta. Gesta just kind of doing what he's been doing the entire fight, working that counter. Once again, right hand from Dominguez, answer with a right hand from Gesta.
Well, in my mind, Mercedo Gesta has passed a big test here tonight.
I think he did exactly what he told us he had on his mind and what he felt he had to do. Took command of the fight virtually from the get-go and hasn't gotten off the gas. And that's it. But Gesta finished it the way he started it.
No big display of any type from Gesta. Not even a smile, really.
No, but that's kind of been his demeanor since he walked in the ring.
There's Dominguez, who did raise his arm and wave to the fans when he was done.
Yeah, you get caught with the
Well, I can't imagine Dominguez feels as though he's won this fight.
But Gesta very calm. Just wiping his face over in his corner while Dominguez sits there and kind of ruminates over what just happened. There's Gesta.
Very workmanlike, I thought, for Gesta. I mean, he came in here with an idea of what he wanted to do. He executed it. And I believe he's going to walk out of here with an impressive victory. But let's find out what the judges thought. Here once more is Lupe Contreras. Lupe.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, Judge Bert Clemens scores about 99 to 91. Damas y caballeros, después de 10 vueltas, el juez Clemens anotó 99 a 91. Jerry Roth, 97 to 92. El juez Roth, 97 a 92. Y el juez Ross anotó 98 a 92. Judge Ross scores it 98 to 92. All three in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Mercito. No mercy. Gesta.
I liked what I saw, Rich.
Yes, I questioned after the last fight. My questions were answered tonight here.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a really talented young man. Showed a lot in there. Really quick hands, great counter-punching ability. It's going to carry him a long way. He's got some power. He faced a quality opponent here tonight and beat him soundly. I had it 98-92 myself.
Yeah, I felt the same way. And I think this is the guy, you know, we overuse this phrase, but he gets it. He understands what he needs to do. He understands what is going to give him the best chance to succeed. Speaking of succeeding, Diego Magdaleno is going to take a step up tonight, too. He's going to